somewhat of a mystery within Christianity, and not having the Hebraic and the Jewish background of and not understanding the Torah and not understanding from that perspective, it probably even makes it more difficult. So I'm excited to read your book that's coming out that's going to address some of these issues from a Jewish perspective.
Yeah, the book that I assume you're talking about, The Return of the Kosher Pig, because there are a few books that are in the pipeline, but this is the first one that will be released in a course of the next several years. And The Return of the Kosher Pig is really my theological journey, if you want to think about it. You see, for Christians, sometimes they look at the issue, am I saved, yes or no? Am I in and out?
Right.
This is really not the way the Bible really works at all.
I agree.
You know, Moses cried out in Deuteronomy, he says, righteousness, righteousness you are to pursue. He's talk about pursuing something that you're never actually going to get, but it is the process that God can think of, not just about am I in or out. And I went through a process literally of 15 years of turning every stone on the issue of the deity of the Messiah through Jewish literature. Solely, I don't care really what the Christians have to say, because it's all no merit in my mind, not because it's not good literature. Because when I came to faith, I wanted to know what every Jew, what every great rabbi in the last 2,000 years thought about the Messiah.
Right.
So I kind of jump into what I call the Sea of Judaism. And we're publishing now this work. I can tell you there's such an excitement in the Messianic movement because of this work, because nobody really, for many, many years, you know, from the 1800s until now, nobody tried to do something like that.
Right.
Anyway, it's brave. I mean, I put it off.
Frightening and
I'm
brave
not
at
that
the
brave
same
because I
time,
put it up for many years. But God says to me, now it's the time. So we spent several years in writing, years in writing, and the book is going to be out. It's www.kosherpig.org, or the title of the book is The Return of the Kosher Pig. I'm sure some people listen to the title and they are.
Yeah, they're going to go, what? Well, the Christians are going to interpret it one way, and the Jews obviously would interpret it and have a different understanding of what you really mean when you say that.
The book really goes well with what we spoke about in the first segment. Yeshua today, his name is a blasphemous name for the Jewish people. It is our job to reconcile Yeshua back to the proper context. It's not his job, it is our job, because we made the mess.
Right.
We made the mess. Now we have to fix the mess. God, through the Holy Spirit, will do it. We see it every day. I can spend hours just telling you miraculous story after miraculous story how God is working. But here is the book. It's a book of reconciliation. And the issue with Jewish people is simple. How can you take a man and worship him as God? It's as simple as that. That is going against Torah.
Right.
You know, that's going against Mount Sinai. That's going against the prophets. So we must reconcile this. But the way we reconcile it is like that.
Yeah.
We reconcile it. That's the uniqueness of the book. We reconcile it within Judaism. I don't say I feel, I think, I believe. I present what those before me believe. Now, somebody can read the book and say, yeah, but you quote those who did not accept Jesus. You know, it is true, they didn't accept Jesus, but the concept, every concept is a Jewish concept.
Yeah.
And if we can show that the belief in the Yeshua is not foreign to Judaism, then we can start the discussion and dialogue. And this is what the book, it's a book of reconciliation. And not just for Jews, from the nations. We need to understand how to defend the faith. How to defend the faith. Because, look, if we say Jesus is God, well, then how do you reconcile it to the Torah? So that's a difficult issue.
Yeah, if we don't understand our own, if we present as a Christian, if the Christian community has presented to the Jewish community a Torah-abolishing Jesus.
Right.
And that is not the historic Yeshua and what he taught. So that just frustrates our efforts all the more. But the deity thing is
The
probably
deity is the biggest.
the big stumbling
no,
block.
that is the biggest. I can tell you, I'm dealing with hundreds or if not even thousands Jewish people. That is the issue. It's the deity. And the reason the book called The Return of the Kosher Pig, because the word in Hebrew for pig and the word to return
Right.
is the exact same word. It's a play on words. So the rabbis ask in a sermon, go back to the 8th century, they asked the question, why is the pig called pig? The pig is called pig because he will return to Israel and he will take the crown of glory and he will put it upon his head.